Hello, my Tubies and my Teletubbies. I am going to. I was reading something here and I found it to be so amazing. It's entitled Three Reasons God May Remove Someone from Your Life. Sometimes we get, this may be two parts or three parts. Sometimes we get upset when our friends and family disappear when we seem to need them the most, but don't. That's all a part of God's plan. Sometimes we get too dependent on our loved ones that we forget that God is the only one that can make us or break us. He is the source of our blessings. Your loved ones may be the resource, but without the source, there could be no resource. You can always tell when God is getting ready to bless you because He will start to remove people from your life, the people whom you depend on the most. Why, you ask? Because he wants to make sure that when he brings you out of the storm, that you will not have nobody else to praise but him. I remember when I was having financial problems after losing my job years ago. Each month that passed, I was one step closer to being homeless and unable to provide for my family. It seemed like everyone who I thought would be there for me wasn't. I wasn't asking for a handout, just someone to listen to me and remind me that everything was going to be okay. But that didn't happen. Instead, it seemed like my friends and family abandoned me when I needed them the most. When it was all said and done, I knew beyond a doubt that it was nobody but God and Christ that delivered me through the storm. It allowed me to grow closer to them and depend on them more instead of my loved ones. Although I didn't realize it at the time, Him removing people from my life was a blessing in disguise. When I think back on my adult life, I've always had someone to lean on in my time of need, someone who I counted on to bail me out of trouble. When I was married, it was my husband. After my divorce, it was my mother. After my mom's death, it was my aunt, and so on and so on. When I lost my job, the first thing that ran through my mind was, for the first time in my life, I have no one to depend on. I had put all my faith and trust in the people around me, but I never acknowledged the fact that it was God who was using them to bless me. Part two, next.